Here we are at the Ultimate Fighting Championships. I'm with Leon Roberts. Leon, how's this going for you tonight?
It's an excellent show. Avs always puts on a good show. Get local talent on there. You've seen some excellent fights, boxing and MMA.
Yeah.
Got the young guys on there, some of the older guys on there. Complete array of disciplines, and levels. And it just gives guys a great platform to build on, which is what it's all about.
You've refereed some UFC. What's it like from seeing that and then this? Is it a lot different, obviously what the boys are doing here?
It's a lot different, but the safety is the same. Fighter safety is ultimate in what we do. Yeah. So whether it's grassroots level or the World Championships, you have to have that attention to detail. So we need to make sure we got the right staff in, the right referees, the right judges, the right backstage staff, the right medical crew. It's integral across the board.
Yeah. My background's boxing. I go to boxing shows up and down the country, white collar. I've never been to anything like this. It's been so thorough and clinical throughout the whole process tonight. It's fantastically run.
Has to be. Like I said, it's great for me. I'm an MMA guy, so this is new for me to have boxing on a show. But it's got to be thorough from start to finish. Every single aspect. You can't leave any stone unturned, because if you do, someone's going to get hurt or something's going to go wrong, and we can't have that. It's not good for the sport. It's not good to get in the news. We want everything crystal and spot on.
We could be anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country tonight, but we're down here in Penryn in Falmouth, and MMA is alive and kicking and well down in Cornwall tonight.
Oh, it's massive. I mean, look at the crowd in there. It's a sellout crowd. The crowd, well, you can hear them now in the background. The crowd are going absolutely nuts. And you know what? Down here, there's not enough shows for these young lads. They have to travel miles and miles. So what XFC are doing is putting on a show that these lads can basically have their family and their friends come to support them, have a sellout crowd, and actually show what they've got. And this is a grassroots level, and then we can just build them up and up. And that's what it's all
What's
about.
your official role tonight? What are you doing tonight?
General Dog's Body.
Yeah. Okay.
Avs was good. I did Avs show 22 years ago, which was my first ever refereeing show. So obviously I've got a long-standing relationship with him.
Sure.
So he's kind of like, can you come down and just oversee?
Sure.
I work a lot with athletic commissions all over the world. So it's just bringing that kind of experience to make sure everything's being done right. And that's what he wants.
I'm enjoying watching the boxing in a 24-foot ring, because there's no ropes to get, held up on, and it's action throughout until the bell goes.
And that's what I've got respect for the boxers, because when they fight in a ring, it's very, very different to fighting in a cage. So they've had to adapt themselves. So I really respect the guys that are getting in there and applying their sport, but in our environment in the cage. So, respect for them. Really, really good showing for them.
As you said, Abs has had some time out, but tonight we're in 2024. Do you think this will be a springboard for more things to happen in Cornwall from him and the rest of his team?
100%. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. He opened up his gym, Absolute MMA, and as soon as he opened up a gym, I knew this was coming. We spoke about it briefly, and this is the start of something big for MMA and combat sports in this neck of the woods, which I think is fantastic.
Tell me a quick story about the UFC, because there must be many, but in your time with them and your time in the mixed martial arts, what have you seen, and how have you seen the sport come on?
Do you know what I love is working at the UFC, but seeing guys who have started on shows like this. I've refereed on local shows, they've gradually built themselves up, and then I've refereed them at the world class level, which for me is great, because you've been part of their journey. And that for me is really, really humbling, because if you get things right at grassroots level, then we can add to it, we can build on it, not just for the sport, but actually the individuals themselves. And it just goes to show, you look in the UFC now, you've got Jack Shaw from Wales, you've got Christian Leroy Duncan from my gym. Okay, that's just the two guys who started on local amateur shows, and now they're fighting in the UFC all over the world. So those young lads out there that think it can't be done, well, they're proof that it can be done. You do it right at the beginning and work your way up.
What do you think of some of the other stuff that's tearing away from this now? The fighting in bales, the bare knuckle stuff. There's so many things where fighters can go off now and earn money and fight and scrap. What do you think of some of this stuff that's going off? The spreading out right now.
I think a lot of it's dangerous. I think a lot of it is there just for entertainment. And this isn't entertainment. This is about being serious. This is people's lives we're looking after. You know what I mean? If two grown adults choose to go and fight bare knuckle in some hay bales, then that's up to them. And you've got slap fighting at the moment, which is massive. You've got in Eastern Europe, you've got 5-on-5. All these different things. Some of it's gimmick. Some of it is run by legitimate businesses. For me, I like the one-on-one MMA. I love the boxing as well, but don't get me wrong, the one-on-one MMA in there. I mean, there's nothing purer. And there's nothing more humbling than being in there with two guys who've trained hard, and you're the third man in there. Only the referees will be able to relate to that, but it's so humbling to be in there.
Just a quick one. I know you want to get
Yep,
going.
yep.
McGregor, will he come back and have a fight, and will he be victorious and get his crown again?
The $1 million question.
Yeah.
McGregor is a business to himself. He's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't need to fight. If he can get his act together and he wants to fight, any promotion would have him because he's the biggest draw in MMA. Whether that happen or not, I don't know. But if it does, it just goes to show that he's a true fighter because he doesn't need the money. There's lots of rumours going around about will he fight Chandler in the summer? Will he move to PFL?
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, he can write his own ticket.
Yeah.
But even Conor McGregor has to go through the right protocols. The drug testing pool has to go through that. You know, there's no exceptions for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't know whether he'll come back, and if he does come back, there's a lot of good guys out there. So he's had a big time out.
I used to like the Randy Couture's, the Chuck Liddells of the sport, the stand-up guys.
Old school guys.
I used to love all that. Who was your favourite fighter from back in the day then?
You've just named him.
Chuck Liddell.
Randy Couture.
Randy Couture.
Randy Couture is one of the most humblest men I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
You know, you see him with the fans, he gives all his time to the fans. And when you speak to him, just like me and you are now, he's so politeful, he's so respectful. I've refereed his son, Ryan, a few times with Randy in the corner.
Yeah.
And Randy's been calling me, sir.
Yeah.
That's the respect the guy's
Yeah.
got. I don't know if he's into his acting now, the Expendables and everything else.
Yeah.
But for me, he's the ultimate professional in MMA.
Yeah. And what do you think to women in the sport? Because there's been women come and go and make
Yeah,
legends
yeah.
of themselves already.
Absolutely fantastic. You know, we've had our Ronda Rousey. Before that, we had Gina Carano. We've had Cyborg now. We've got the ladies coming up. And you know what? We need it. Equality is massive. We need more women officials.
Yeah.
We need women judges. We need women referees because they're more than capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And the women fighters, what I love about the women fighters is when they first burst onto the scene, their fights were more entertaining because they thought they had something to prove.
Yeah.
And now they've proved it.
Yeah.
And you watch two women go at it, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
Leon, thanks for taking the time to
Yeah,
talk
no
to me.
problem at
I've
all.
tried to get an interview with you. I know you're busy and you're enjoying your night, but take care and keep punching. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you,
no
sir.
problem at all, man.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank you.
cool.
Thanks for your time.